right. Well, hello, my friends. Hello, hello. Let me get flipped over so I can see your beautiful faces. Boop. There we go. Hey guys, welcome. It's Saturday morning. This is CyberBuzz. My name is Crimson Clad, and you can see the overlay has changed slightly again because you know what? We can't stop fucking with things around here. You were just hanging out with making stuff for Meadows and Makers. Basically one of the best prepared and researched show on the waves, and we have a lot of cool shows on the waves. But yeah, whenever I kind of like have one of these mornings, you'll notice I'm sitting. The dog is sleeping. Say hi, Snoots. Hey, cutie. So, you know, we're here. We're ready to chat today. I was thinking today was going to be a little bit more music and a cozy, comfy chat. We'll wait till friends wander in. We could talk Hive. We could talk NFTs. We could talk tech. We could play some synthwave. You know, I'm exhausted. So the thought of really prepping a show and standing, it is a good mug. Let me show you guys my mug. This is my extra Canadian mug. Oh no, sorry. Let me see if I can zoom in on it for you because I know you all need to see this mug up close. You probably have. There you go. See? Little Canadian flag and full of a delicious fucking hot toddy. A lot of bourbon up in this bitch. The mug label, I completely forgot. And I ran the mug through the dishwasher, and the mug label is somewhere in my dishwasher. So let me know how the sound is. Let me know how everything's laid out because I actually ended up switching over to some higher quality video. I'm running through the do Canadians fight each other if you're not polite enough? I mean, some fights are probably started because we're not polite enough. Go fish. So we are missing a lot of things off the overlay today. So there are some of you that have stuck around from the morning, and I'm glad to have you. Feel free to ask questions, comments. You can come on air. You can talk. Ron is the first one. He's always going to be like, I'm going to come on air. And I'm going to say, fuck you, Ron. But I do have a couple of topics that I want to talk to you guys about tonight. Let's talk recent Hive pump and why. And yes, we can absolutely do that. So on the overlay, you're going to notice that the viewer numbers aren't there. It's because I ran out of time to fix them. I mean, they're technically actually there. It's just they're floating around. Like here, I could see a couple people are watching on YouTube. I could see a couple people are like, here's the Vim count is flying around. So there's lots of you who are watching. I just don't have the counts on stream. So today, I will try and fix it while we're doing songs and stuff like that. But if you want to be seen, it's the people in the Discord who are going to be featured down along the bottom. If you want to be seen on the stream, then you're down there. It doesn't mean I can't see you. So please, if you're chatting on anywhere, we have a new streaming platform today too. I'm also now live on Trovo. So giving a lot of love to the blockchain powered solutions, to the independent solutions. You got Vim, you got Theta, you got Trovo, and then yeah, the other places too. So long story short, you watch wherever you want, you chat wherever you want. It's all connected. We're all one big happy family. So I got my bourbony hot toddy. I got this dog. Look at his face. He knows you guys are looking at him, and he's he's so not amused. But I thought I'd bring him in today. So I'm sitting, I'm chilling. I have a bunch of his toys. I have treats for him. So you guys can even see that live on what? Trovo Live. It's another live streaming platform. Ron says that he'll prove me wrong, and I'll have to say Ron was right again. You know, it's funny because I am very open to acknowledging when other people are right. I think it's a great thing. I think you should absolutely. I think you absolutely should acknowledge when other people are right. And it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal to admit you're wrong, although it might hurt. I see a bunch of people who don't normally hang out with me today who have stayed, so that's cool, and who are jumping in. Good to see you. Asher is one of them. PZ is back, which is really nice. Kitty Girl's hopped in. Swoop is back from vacation. Hi, friends. And yeah, some of you, of course, are chatting around from other places, so, you know, just let me know that the stream chat is working. You know, test out chatting wherever you can, and we'll just see. We'll just see. YouTube is not working again? Amy flew the all right. You haven't heard my voice on MSP in well over a year. Well, I'm here every week, twice a week. So, you know, I'm around if you need it. So that's fine. YouTube is full of fuckery. What else is new? Let me just I'm going to launch a little chat overlay on the side, and I will be able to see you through that. And then once I do that, then we'll be laughing, okay? I'm sorry, guys. I didn't realize that YouTube is just trash. So if you're watching on YouTube for really good quality, awesome. If I miss what you say to me, I'm sorry. It's surprisingly not that I'm an asshole. It just is what it is. So Hive pumping is good. We lost my stream. Well, that's not good. What happened? What happened? Uh-oh. What's going on? Stream looks fine. I'm still live. I can see it here. The dog is here beside me. I don't know what's up, kids. Is it just bad connection? What's happening? Let me know. You lost sound. Lost the sound. All right. So it might just be a performance thing. Let's take a look at the performance window. It says I have 0 dropped frames. So this sounds like it might be a Discord problem. 1 second after you switched over to the video. This might be... Oh, and it's on the video too. Problems abound. So is there anyone anywhere who can still hear the sound okay? Please let me know. You fixed it. Okay. So it sounds like this may or may not have been my fault. It could be my fault. I don't actually make any assumptions anymore. So it does sound like there's some shit going on in the background. I'm gonna close some extra programs just to make sure. But it looks like we're back and we're fine and everybody's alive. So the question that was coming up earlier was people want to talk about Hive pumping. I've got a couple topics I want to talk about, and then yeah, we're gonna actually listen to some music today. That's the goal. That's the goal. Whether it's what we do, I don't know. Hey, bud, you want to go hang out on the couch? You want your donut? Here. Go on the couch. So, anyways, you may have noticed, yeah, there's some Hive pumps going on, and you know, it's always a little nerve-wracking to try. Oh, Crimson Cloud, thanks. Crimson Crab, Crimson Cloud, Crimson Cud when I really suck up. But yeah, so there's a couple different reasons, and one of the biggest things that has changed since the last time we talked till now is Smooth put through a proposal for the stabilizer. Now, I'm not necessarily saying, for those of you who don't know what Hive is or what we're talking about, it's the crypto network, the blockchain network that, you know, a lot of our streams are about here and that this social broadcasting network is based on. But we'll talk a little bit about it anyways. And so Smooth put through this proposal for the HBD stabilizer. And so if you don't know what that is, you just looked at it, it got instantly approved, you're not 100% sure, that's A-okay. I will explain it to you in a nutshell. Bye! Explain it to you in a nutshell. And the nutshell is thus. We have HBD. It is the Hive-backed dollar. And we know that HBD often decides not to keep its peg. It is traded on outside markets, which is great because it provides an on and off ramp that allows you to keep your Hive in the system, lock your stake, etc. But when it's traded on outside markets, we don't have control what people are willing to pay for it. And so if you go back in the legacy blockchain, if you go back to even Steam's history, what we would see a lot of is people would speculate, they would want to be buying it cheap, they want to buy it high, whatever the case may be, because they'd want to be using it for different things, but largely speculation. Or a lot of people would buy cheap Steam-backed dollars or cheap Hive-backed dollars, knowing that they could convert them on platform for more Hive. So there's lots of reasons, but every time that is traded outside of our, internal market, is traded on outside exchanges, what ends up happening is people pay wacky prices for them. And so for the longest time, we've always wondered, why can't HBD just be pegged? Why can't it just be $1? And so Smooth put up a proposal, and the proposal is basically, hey, we are gonna get HBD from the DHF, which is our decentralized funding mechanism on Hive. And it's basically stakeholders can vote on a proposal. The proposal will pay out an HBD. What this means is there's a lot of HBD entering our system all the time. Hey, it's really great to see you, Melinda. I haven't seen you in ages. And is that me? That's basically me, the wacky waving inflatable arm man. I actually have that exact GIF as an emoji, which I've just dropped in chat. a personal emoji because I relate. If you're in the Discord chat, you'll see I relate very strongly to the flailing like fuckery of the wacky waving inflatable tube arm man. I feel like that's a good sort of metaphor for everything that's happening in my life out of control. But so coming back to HBD, HBD prices were all over the place. Smooth's proposal is quite simple. We will take budget from the DHF. We will get it paid in HBD. Anytime HBD is above the peg, we'll go out on the market and we'll sell it. We will sell it, therefore lowering the price, right? This is pretty basic supply and demand. We'll sell a lot of HBD. We'll make unique jiggling bobs. I thought very strongly today about wearing a tank top. And actually, because I'm sitting, I figured I could get away with it. It's also kind of like a crop top as well. So I just thought I'm a lazy fuck. And the weather's getting nicer. I live in the side of Canada that doesn't do snow very often, but did. It snowed for one day. Like on Thursday, it snowed. I had about a foot of snow. I ran a 10K in the morning in the snow. By the time I got home from work that night for Full Force Radio, there was no snow. So my side of Canada doesn't really do cold. We're over it now. So anyways, I was thinking that this could be a potential problem today. So now that everybody's completely focused on jiggling bobs, let's come back around to HBD now that I have your attention. So if HBD goes too high, over $1, it comes back down because there is basically a bunch of HBD that is put on the market. You make more available, you have to pay less to get it. And then the opposite is true. Same sort of thing. If HBD starts going too low under the peg, then Smooth's proposal will actually go out and buy it. We'll go out on the market and buy it. It'll convert HBD on chain. It will get Hive. It will go back to the outside markets, and it will buy HBD, driving the price up. And so that's the idea. Is basically Smooth's proposal is kind of a is kind of a monitor for HBD. It takes a look. Is it too high? Is it too low? Let me take an action, and it just makes a constant like hourly query. What's the price looking like? What kind of action can I take to try and influence the price? And that's it. So there are some really cool things that are happening alongside this, and that is when, hi, El Gecko. I don't know if you were with us before. I just noticed you joined now. A lot of you join, and I don't say hi to you, and it's because I'm a terrible person. You get used to it. I promise. It is what it is. Hi, Gandalf. Hey, man. So GTG is here. He's also chatting from openhive.chat. So listen, wherever you want to be, you can come hang with us. We're just explaining Smooth's proposal, and we're kind of looking at some of the reasons why this might be helping contribute to a pump. So Smooth's proposal is mostly about HBD. Why could this potentially be at least having some positive impact on price movement? Good question. Well, I mentioned earlier that if HBD goes a little too high, some HBD is sold on the outside market. Well, stop and think for a second. Smooth's proposal is selling that HBD. What happens with the profits? And that's a real question that a lot of people obviously would be concerned about. And part of that is actually buying up Hive on external markets, buying it, and putting it back into the DHF. So did the proposal pass? Yes, it did. It passed with flying colors the very first day before it ever even started. So for many people here who are part of the struggle, yay! Happy to listen while you do chores around the house. That's what weekends are for. Fun and chores. Right, dog? Hey? Yeah, he's not that interested. But I'm going to try and keep him in the stream because it's the only reason you guys stay to watch. So here's the deal. You've got this script that's auto-selling HBD. It's making a profit from that HBD, and then it's directly taking that profit and buying Hive off the market. So again, we've already just talked about this at the start of the show. You are buying up some of the liquidity. There are less assets available. People will pay more for them. This is really basic supply and demand, and these are the things that you learn real quick in crypto. And especially around Hive and, legacy chain too, is maybe this wasn't something that you really thought about too much. Supply and demand in terms of how it affects monetary policy, you just, whatever. But here, is a great example. So the reason that this may question mark, because I can't be sure, the reason that this may actually be having some positive positive impact on the price is because this script is basically going out and it is buying up some of the available Hive on the market. Hi, Swoop. I already said hi to you. I said hi to you directly with a personalized shout out, sir. So this is a good thing. Is it the only reason Hive is pumping? Probably not. Maybe so. Because one of the things that we do always struggle with, of course, on this platform is everyone is earning Hive and HBD. And in a lot of cases, they're looking for off-ramps. And so that cycle, in a lot of cases, is really sell-heavy. Hey, Murphy. Okay. So it's a really highly sell-heavy cycle a lot. So sell shout-outs on NFT Showroom. Yeah, I'm actually going to be doing some minting on a couple different platforms. But on some of them, I'm not going to say it's me. I'm just going to put some art out into the universe. I've made a decision recently, and some of you, oh, hey, Krim, oh, hi, Breeze. I made a decision recently that I'm going to be stepping back from some of the duties that I volunteer for all the time, and I'm going to focus on some of my stuff. So if you've noticed, like you said, there's been some big improvements on my streams. There's been, some prep work for merch and all of the things that you guys are always asking for. And I'm literally just, I'm gonna do some me stuff. That's what I'm gonna do. So, I have a big pile of toys here because the child is always interested in them. You want that? Yeah, he does. So, in any case, are you going to focus on making posts this year? Yeah, maybe. So here's the deal. Everybody always asks me about that. And let's not get too deep into this just becoming a Krim talks about her random shit show. Hey, come back here. But But yeah, I do hope to do more of that. The thing is, I've spent a lot of time working on witnessing stuff and working on, Hive stuff and generally helping out. I don't really think about Hive as a reward venue anymore, which is really interesting because it is. And for many people it is, and for all of you it is. And, for everyone, it is a monetization vehicle. It is a reward vehicle. And especially with a lot of the cool second layer stuff that's going on, that's going to just keep getting bigger and bigger and stronger and stronger. And of course, I'm not taking advantage of it. So, it is what it is. I'm not too arsed about it. I'm trying to keep an eye. I see a ton of you are over on YouTube. I keep popping up the stream counts. I'm sorry, YouTube chatters, or YouTube watchers, just a reminder that YouTube sucks donkey balls. And every single week I set it up, and every single week the YouTube chat breaks. There's something about integration with YouTube's chat that it's the only one that doesn't work. Every other platform works. So if you're watching on YouTube, please come join in the conversation with the rest of us over here on the Discord or through one of the other platforms, because I would love to answer your questions and talk to you and all that good stuff. It's fucked up. Boo hiss boo. Hi, Clyde. Good to see you're still around. So, otherwise, what are some other reasons that Hive could be pumping right now? Well, obviously, like I say, supply and demand is a big one. Having an active market where there is ongoing buying happening is great. Sounds like a YouTube issue. It is a me issue for sure. Part of it is because as my stream is set up, I use all of the free software that I can, and I pay mostly for the restreaming platform. But hi, what that means, I probably look like a crazy just petting like the air beside me. There's literally nothing here, but I promise it's a dog. Yes, Corbin, you are. Krim confirmed pregnant. That happened in 2 seconds. Please don't. Hey, Julia, it's so good to see you. Please don't spread that rumor. Please. I mean, I know I'm getting chonk, but I'd rather just be fat than pregnant. So long story short, there is positive action. Hey, Matt, there's positive action going on, buying up liquidity out on the markets. That feels good. The whole alt ecosystem, all of the alt cryptos are pumping right now. I mean, the reality, oh God, The amount of people going to be like, Kim's pregnant. No, thank you. Children are lovely. You can all have very many of them. Pergonente. I'm pergonat. Fuck my life. Hey, Neil, good to see you, man. So, and Neil probably has some opinions on this, and he'll probably talk about it on his what, Tuesday show? Wednesday show? The Tax Sherpa? Alpha Chino's here. Hi. We got lots of people hanging out today. This is going to be a fun one. So, positive price action on the out on the markets. Lots of people buying. The alts are all pumping. There are you have all kinds of opinions. Perfect. Well, we are talking about we're talking a little bit about why Hive is pumping, but of course it's Monday. Sure, whatever day it is, my show was a complete failure. If you would like to know more times when I'm on the air, when other fabulous DJs are on the air, if you would like to know about all the other shows, go to mspwaves.com/schedule because it's in your own home time and I won't fuck it up and lie to you about when other DJs are on air. Shit. All right. So those are, two big things. And the sad thing, I guess, is, of course, that when you compare Hive to other alts, the pump doesn't feel nearly as strong. And part of that is we're missing the hype machine. Part of that, we've talked the reasons to death on this show before. We've talked the reasons to death. But I think for a lot of people who just really kind of get hung up on this part, from an investor standpoint, there are a lot of different reasons and a lot of different messaging we need to get out there about Hive. But from a user and, someone who is staking to be a part of the community, Hive is really incredibly successful. People come here, they learn some really complicated concepts. They dip into crypto. They get introduced to a bunch of different things that they don't necessarily really understand in their day-to-day life. And in general, any project that's been running, 4 or 5 years now, coming up to 5 years in March, that's huge in the crypto space. So, it's not an excuse. This is not me saying Hive is the best it can be, because I think we all know that is not the case. But at the same time, you can look for positives and you can build off them. So it's cool to see Hive pumping. There are going to be a lot of people who've been waiting for a long time, who were buying in at the start of this run. And I think that's one thing that I want you guys to keep in mind too. And we don't always get a lot of sort of the investors and the speculators who are living day to day out on the markets and not in the ecosystem. Dog just turned his back to me purposefully. Of course he did. Doesn't like you guys. But something to remember is that when we first got listed and when we had all of the exchanges, and this is true for every coin, but we're talking about Hive, but you can learn from this and take it outwards in your journey. When coins get listed on exchanges, there's always a listing bump. And so, of course, what you see in the crypto space and alts, obviously, every new alt that gets listed on an exchange, everybody freaks the fuck out and there's a bump in that coin. It's exciting. Give Clyde the snooty boy. Sure, I will. Murphy, come here. I'm going to start doing, you guys are going to have to start sending me donations. We'll have like a little alert that comes up on the screen, and I will feed the dog according to your donations or whatever. You got to keep him in the premium treats. But so here's the thing, that pre-listing pump, that listing pump, exchanges drive it. And in the case of Hive especially, there's a lot of talk around community forks. And so the real problem is if you kind of trim off that first crazy frenzy that we were listed at, if you kind of look at our movement since then, it's been pretty solid. There's been a pretty solid line. It's not okay, but again, it's not one of these things where you see really intense swings and really heavy manipulation. That's good and that's bad, right? And in the crypto space, people will be will be very divided on this topic. There are some people would love for Hive to be massively manipulated. They want wild swings because that's what they do. They trade, they speculation trade, and what they want to see are big swings with a slightly higher top every time. Don't we all? Pretty downward spiral. But I guess my point is when you start out with a listing, whatever that initial price is just, it's not a very accurate price that you can expect to stay forever. A coin's either going to go up or it's going to go down. It's not going to just list at a hype price and stay there. It's just not a thing. There are enough alts that have proved this, that it's something that we have to remember is a lot of people bought in. And a lot of people who don't know the ecosystem, who don't know the coin, who don't know Hive, who don't even know DPoS, who just saw a new listing, they saw a bunch of exchange information, they saw that CZ was sucking up because he fucked up before that. What they saw was, shit, new coin, and they fucking FOMO'd in at 96 cents. So the problem now that we have is for every person who comes in and speculates and, gets into the ecosystem and participates and becomes part of this sort of stability and, this slow trend, we have people back at the start who threw in X $1,000 and bought into this crazy hype that happens. They do this all the time. They're used to, the newest ETH shit token. They're used to whatever. They buy high, they watch it pump, they sell back out. So these speculators got stuck in Hive. And for them, they don't kind of understand the rest of the ecosystem. They just want NGU dynamic, number go up. That's what they want. So Hive is kind of contending with the fact that every time we see a little baby pump right now, those people are mad. They've been losing money for a year. They just want out. I hate to tell you, they just want out. And so often when we do see these pump movements, when we do see we've done, something in the ecosystem or someone takes notice or something good happens, there are 1,000% people who are just like waiting to dump their Hive. And so you will see, I think we touched 40 cents briefly there this morning and then somebody shit on it. So it's going to keep happening and it's part of our distribution, unfortunately. That's just part of it. So there are some positive things going on. There are some negative things that are going to happen. And you know what? It's all part of the crypto game. There's more, obviously, that we can do, that we can expect. But you're going to see each time we touch one of these little sort of local tops, somebody who is just sick of waiting is going to paper hands right out. It is what it is. So, listen, I told you today I was going to play some music. Hey, Uncle Booby Head's here. I like that name. Given that we've already talked about the Bobs today, and we will probably talk about Bobs some more, then hi, cutie. Hi. They can't see you. You keep sitting in places they can't see you. But yeah, so given that we've already talked about Bob's today, it's good to have him here. He's just wandering around now. He wants whatever I've got on my desk, which this is Bearball. If you're listening and this is pure audio, you have no idea what's going on. There is a video feed that goes with it. A lot of you guys are watching on YouTube or Twitch. I see some viewers on Theta. Lots of you hanging around. It's cool. Thank you. So, oh, you can't see him tipping his head. Let me see if I can get him. Murphy, here. Come here. Watch. No, you can't see him. You can just see his little ear flaps. But anyways, this is Bearball. This is one of his favorite toys. It's missing a leg. It's missing its entire head. It's missing a hand. And it probably is not long for this world. But this is one of the current favorites, is Bearball. So there you go. I promise the dog will always be part of the show from now on. So what I'm going to do is, just because I already, oh yes, Snoot, I have the label maker here. We can try and label him again, of course. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play a quick track, a little palette cleanser. I've got a couple picked out for today because, like I said, today is a chill, cozy chat. I do have some other stuff that I want to talk to you guys about. One of them being the podcast app. We talked about it with Marty when we did our interview the other week. If you haven't seen that, you can find it up on YouTube. And I'll probably put it up on 3Speak as well. That was with Martibis. His name is T. And he was coming, and if you guys were here last week, we talked about Have You Been Here? We talked about PinMapple. We talked about Buy Me Berries and all this cool stuff he's building. And he brought up that he's really interested in a new podcasting app for Hive. And I'm already recruiting people to come and help them out. And we're going to be doing a show that features what they're working on and getting some feedback from you guys. But I do want to talk about it a little bit today. I want to invite you guys because I'm going to start actually clipping down audio of this show and uploading it there so people can listen to it, because it's hard. I see people from all over the world in the chat. It is somewhere between 7 p.m. for some people and, 11 a.m. for others. The world is insane. Time zones are a dumpster fire. And many of you really don't want to listen to me the first time around, nor watch my face. So I feel like I can accommodate that. Given that I totally lied about the day that Neil's new Tax Sherpa show is on, I will pick a track that slowly and partially makes up for that. So let me find my playlist here. I'm going to play a track called Monday Hunt. It's Carpenter Brute, who I haven't played for you guys in ages. We're gonna get back into it, play some music. We'll talk a lot more. My name is Crimson Clad. This is CyberBuzz Radio. Disruptive tech, synthwave, SaaS. Days where you just don't give a shit and you're gonna sit at your desk and feed your dog for people to watch. I don't know. It's a good show sometimes. Yeah. Let's see. Is it gonna work? It's not gonna work. What the hell? Can you guys hear it? You can't hear it. What is happening? So here's this fun thing. Spotify has decided not to play this song. 1 second, guys. We're going to troubleshoot on the motherfucking fly, bitches. Let's try this. Are you ready? I might blow your ears off. know. It's got a hell of an ending on it, just right up against a wall. So tons of you are watching on YouTube. It is not a dancing rhubarb. I believe that is a dancing turnip, dancing beet, dancing rutabaga. It's a lot of root vegetables. Hey, my name is Crimson Clyde. So many of you guys are hopping in to hang out for the show today. That's so fucking cool. And of course, it's on a day when shit's fucked up and I don't have a great topic. And I have some stuff that I think I want to talk to you about. But it's everybody's show. It's everybody's show. It's a beat. It's a fucking beat. It's beat, sir. So, you know, we're still working out the kinks. I can see that a ton of you are over watching on YouTube. Haha, joke's on you. YouTube's chat is the only one that isn't connected again. So I basically have to reconnect it every single show. That's what I'm learning is every single show I need to reconnect. You told people and people come. Weird. Marco sasses me every week. All of you sass me every week. And you know what? It's fine. You're right. I told you, though, that I'm making an effort to really kind of put this show back in your hands, make some great entertainment, play some music for you, make you happy, make me happy, and yeah, grow this a little bit. So on Full Force Thursday, which is my metal show on Thursdays. Hello. Hi. Having the dog in here while streaming is a big distraction. So on Full Force Thursdays, I let you guys know that one of the requests that I had gotten just link to Discord. I know. Well, it's a good thing that you brought linking to Discord up because one of the things that I was asked on Full Force Radio and just in the general Crimson Clad mailbag was, can you please make your own Discord? Can we make a Discord for Crim stuff? We want to give you links. We want to send you articles. We want to ask you questions. We want to conglomerate all the show topics. We want special roles. Me, mine, now. So I said that I could do this, but many of you guys have too many Discords already. And the general feedback that I got from the people in chat was, nah. So I'm asking again here because CyberBuzz is a show where a lot of the time I am kind of talking about crypto or I am explaining tech stuff or whatever. You want a place to aggregate dick pics that are sent. Yeah, you could do that. Hi. Mwah. Hello. Yeah, absolutely. You absolutely could do that. So I'm throwing it out there and it might be something. Yeah, too many Discords, everybody says. But I'm throwing it out there as a potential something just because it would actively make things a little easier for chatters who are watching everywhere. Hey, Netatera, welcome. So for people who are on all sorts of platforms, that would be really helpful because often inviting people in here who are in the Hive ecosystem, big plus. They know what MSP Waves is. They know what this station is. One Discord is too much. I know, Gandalf, but you can make a bridge into my Discord. You can do wizard things. And so I agree with all this, but the thing is I'm getting a lot of people who are starting to join the show from outside the Hive ecosystem. And often we talk about stuff that isn't only Hive. Part of that growth, part of growing things for you guys as Hive members, as people who love, who might love NFTs or art or cyberpunk or VR, because we're going to do some more VR content coming up, who literally just want to stream with me because I'm that crazy lady who is a dog, whatever. Sometimes inviting them to the PalNet Discord is a little difficult. There's an outside. I know. I saw it one time. So something they don't need a Hive account. Well, say what you want, but almost everyone who has come to this show, no coiner or not, has made a Hive account. Viking Adventure, Lacey, Corbin, all of these people have accounts. What you're saying is you're leaving Hive. Well, I mean, we could talk a little bit about that if you want. If you really want to go down that road, we could have that discussion. But what I'd rather talk to you guys about today, and I'll put these people, I'll put your viewer counts back up on the screen. I gotta fix it all again, you fucks, you greedy fucks. What I am suggesting in this case is I'm willing to make one. I want people to feel like they have access to me when they need me. I want people to feel special and like they are part of the show, because they are. I want you to be happy. Here's the deal. I fucking suck. And I don't do a good job of like thinking about platform metrics, or, you know, I don't play the algorithms over on the Twitch or whatever. I'm terrible at it. So, you know, I just go where you're happy, get what you want, you know, live your best life. Whatever. So before the break, we were talking a little bit about why you pumping, Hive? We talked a little bit about that, and we were talking a little bit about the new stabilizer proposal, and that was funded, and why that may or may not She's gone to Lino. Is that still a thing? Is that still a thing? I'm not sure. I just assumed that died a horrible fiery death. I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. So we were talking a little bit about why Hive might be pumping. We were talking a little bit about the stabilizer proposal. TLDR, what is it? What's it doing? Long story short, it's buying and selling HBD to try and help keep that HBD at a peg. And one of the bonus side effects is it is removing liquidity. It's removing Hive token liquidity. And it is buying up Hive on the market. So that's always nice. A dedicated condenser on a CyberBuzz community. Now, you know, we were talking, hi, more people on YouTube. So here's the deal. We were talking a little bit about making a full force front end and doing that. And I actually made a community for full force, and I'm actually getting ready to actually ramp that up again. And I could do the same with CyberBuzz as well. But what is the name of my dog? Murphy. Hi. You want to say hi one more time? Just because, listen, we're all knowing that I've got an actual little thing full of treats here. Murphy, come here. Hang on. No, where are you actually able to be seen? Come here, Murphy. Here. Yes, you know the drill. Can you sit, please, Murphy? Can you sit? Put your butt down. No. Okay, well, this is cute, though, so. There you go. This is Murphy. This is my dog, Murphy. I will bring him to every show from now on, because he's the only reason people show up. And you know what? I'm fine with that. He is not. Yes, Murphy's Bar. Gabriel, Murphy's Bar was created. It's a community on chain. It's a good, fun place to drink together if you're hanging out with community members on chain. It was named after this mug right here. Look at him. Yeah, we need a condenser. So coming back around, that was the original plan for Full Force Radio. It is a plan for CyberBuzz as well, if CyberBuzz continues as a show. But I would like a place for people to just do whatever they want and, you know, influence this show however they see fit. So I'm going to be working on that. The chain has a pub. Yes, and it's named after my dog. You know where we'll see Corbin. So coming back, we talked a little bit about HBD. We talked a little bit about Hive. We're talking about that pumping. Stick Champion is here. All of the people coming out of the woodwork. It's great to see you. I hope you have been healthy and well and happy, and things are going great for you. And that goes for all of you fuckers. Can I just say, while I have you all here, can I just say, it's been a weird world. We're coming up on a year of March, a year of the worst March ever. A lot of weird shit going on in the world. It's pretty easy to get sad or fed up or tired or whatever. And just a shout out to you. If you've heard it today, that's fine. Just ignore me. But if you haven't heard it today, you're awesome. Good job. You are surviving. And I, for one, am fucking glad you're around. So stick with it, man. Stick with it. We'll sort the world out eventually. Look at his face. All right. So the other thing that I wanted to talk about that I mentioned before the break is 2 weeks to flatten the curve, 2 years until we all snap. But the reality is, I wanted to talk a little bit about this podcast app, because I think it's pretty safe to say a lot of people are consuming podcast and streaming content now. Look at all you fuckers. Look at all these little faces down here. Look at all these people. Oh, wait, that's not the right way. Look at all those people down there watching live somewhere down there. The curve was flattened, and now it's just a line going off into infinity. Spoken like somebody who is pedantic enough to love numbers, Neil. Hi, cutie. So, Oriel Oriole. It sounds kind of like the name of the bird, but it's Oriole, I guess, technically. They are a new podcasting app. Now, Marty last week brought them to my attention, and they actually made a post on Chain introducing themselves. And for those of you who are in the MSP Waves Discord, hey, who are in the MSP Waves Discord, or who are part of the station, or you're somewhere that I can ping you obnoxiously. Hey, more people, hi! The bingo wing is flapping. Look at that shit. Yikes. That's the only downside to a tank top on a live video stream. So lots of us are consuming this, and a lot of, yes, podcast app. And you know what, random internet guy, you're right. You've been asking about this for like a year now. Thanks, kitty girl. So what you'll see on the overlay, there you go, app.oriole.one. You can find them on the Google Play Store. You can find them on iOS. It is a beautiful, beautiful app. It is brand new. It is technically still like alpha. Oriole, like, you know, oral, A-U-R-E-A-L. Now, the reason that I bring this up, I'm obviously now working towards making this content more available. And for a lot of people, this kind of oral, you fucks, not this kind of, right? So I'm looking at making this content more available for people. You're looking for places to find cool podcasts and stuff to listen to. And so thank you for the link in chat there. And so the reason that I'm bringing this up is because it's basically still alpha. Now, the thing that matters to me is that these guys get great feedback. You guys are the perfect group. Maybe Krim yelling at us is hot. Well, that's good, because that's literally all I got, is I'm just going to continue to fucking yell at you with love. Hey, Lethal, hey! Hive is alive. Good, man. Good to see all of you hopping in. So this app is stunning. It's really beautiful. And, you know, we talk about this, and we've actually had entire shows dedicated to the fact that, you know, services need to be beautiful and functional. They need to be able to be used well. We always talk about how user experience matters, and how the blockchain is really important because it gives you some tools to achieve some stuff that, especially in the censorship or backup range or monetization range, you have, Bones and Omens is here. So this is cool, because we're starting to see some more of the Synthy fans and the other creators out here. Yeah, I know, the daily chart. We were talking about the pump just before the break. But we are now talking about a Hive-based podcasting app called Oriole. What? UX stuff? This is Hive. We don't do that here. Well, god damn it, we're going to talk about it till somebody does it. So this app is so beautiful. If you're a Hive user, great. If you're not a Hive user, great. That's fine. And here's the reality. We need apps like this. Oh, please don't puke on me. Not live on stream. So we need apps like this. We need apps that do things that people want, that look great, that are easy. So I am going to be doing, in the coming weeks, I'll let all of you guys know, I'm going to be doing an interview with these guys. I'm going to bring them on, and we're going to talk a little bit about Oriole and some of the plans for it. But right now you can use it. And when we talk about a lot on this show, and what I'm so excited for is that puke and rally. God, please don't puke or rally. Here, chew this. Chew. Do you want to chew? Chew. Okay, chew. So the reason that I bring this up is because everyone's looking for podcast content. You're stuck in your house, you're working from home, you are doing, you're going for long walks, you are just looking for ways to fill your time. Like, let's be realistic. And so this app is very timely. It's very beautiful. And it started off with really smart integration. So let me kind of bring up why this matters. Because for a lot of you, you are probably already listening to podcasts somewhere. Maybe not, but you're obviously either listening to them or you're producing them. And you're using existing tools. So you're using Anchor. You are distributing via Spotify or fucking, I don't even know. Wherever, because I'm not cool, I don't actually distribute my podcast, but many of you can talk about this. And Anchor is the big one. Anchor is basically almost kind of like a restreaming service for podcasts. You load your podcast into Anchor and it distributes it to a number of different platforms where people can consume it. Awesome. So here's the deal. You're already using that. It's already set up, but it's, it's kind of, you don't have the control you want over it. And of course, there are a lot of things about it that you wish you had, like followers, a wallet address, all of the freedom that comes along with a Hive account. And so one of the very first things that this new podcast app on Hive, Oriole, has kind of focused on is that you can bring automatically those podcasts. You use the RSS feed from your Anchor. You can bring it over to the app automatically. And so what that means is you're taking the best features of Anchor that already exist. You are using that tool and you are supplementing it with Hive. Now, doesn't this sound like something we've talked about on this show a lot? How do we use a blockchain product to make a non-blockchain product better? How do we solve only the problems we need to and build fucking fabulous tools otherwise? Well, here are these guys actually fucking doing it. So Random Internet Guy is asking me questions for the Oriole people. There's already an iOS app. It is already free for creators. And if it's on iTunes or Spotify, you can already put it in like via a link, your RSS link from one of those feeds. You can bring it over and have it and listen to it from the Oriole app. So with that being said, don't ask me too many questions this week. Think them up in your mind. Hey, revised sociology and snickwoo. Listen, it's fun. I like butchering your names, but also your name is confusing. So don't get too deep and too heavy into the questions now. I will absolutely drop a Discord invite link in the chat if you want to jump in and check it out ahead of time. But like I said, I will be bringing these guys on. We will ask them all these questions. We will talk about this, live. And that way I'm not speaking for their project. Right now, I am a little bit, but I'm doing that because I'm really interested in it myself and I plan to use it and leverage it. But again, this is one of those great examples, finally, of where, hey, here's a tool we wanted. Here's something that we wish we were having, made better with blockchain. Here's someone doing it. It's fucking magic. And it's beautiful. It's a beautiful app. So this is very cool. I'm going to grab you guys the Discord link right now. And in the coming weeks, then it's Mobius upside down. There, it's explained. Oh, it totally is. All right. Sneako. Okay, Mobius. Got it. So that was sort of the mid section of today's show that I wanted to talk to you guys about, because I think this is something that all of us together are going to be more interested in. I think for a lot of people who are striving to both disseminate their content right now, but also to, find content, because we fucking need it. We need as much entertainment as possible right now. This is going to be really important. And I'm really excited to see it. And the more of these sort of streaming apps that, Vim TV and video on 3Speak and all of these things that are tied back to the blockchain that give you more freedom, I'm all for it. So I'm always gonna pimp that. Now, with all that being said, we've actually come halfway through the show. It's already been an hour. So thank you for coming to hang out with me. My name is Crimson Clad, wherever you may be watching, and I can see you are all watching all over the place. This is CyberBuzz, and today is you can see it's like a very low effort. It's a very low effort day. This is a good look, hey? The dog is pretty chill too. I'm stuck now. I'm not standing. I didn't really plan out a lot of topics. I'm kind of a bit today. I'm getting drunk on hot toddies, but there's still lots we could talk about. So I appreciate that you came. And hopefully it won't be too much, too much of a disappointment. At the start of the show, we were talking a little bit about Hive and that the token is pumping and why that might be. We talked about one of the newer proposals that maybe you didn't, I mean, I don't know, a bunch of people with a fuckload of, watch out for the spoon. Did I almost stab myself with it? I'll take it out. You're right. That's nothing bad. The dog, I am not watching. Can we see the dog? You can. He's locked in here with me. He's sleeping on the couch behind me, looking very sad. He's been eating, and I've been feeding him for your entertainment. He will probably spend shows in here with me from now on. We might even monetize the dog because we're getting that cutthroat, kids. We're stepping up our game. So we talked a little bit about the Hive pump. We talked a little bit about the stabilizer proposal, and sort of talking a little bit about a good reminder. Why is it that every time you don't want to be a pirate, says you, I'd love to be a pirate. I mean, arguably in some ways I'm already a pirate. So give me your booty, kids. Let me find another song to play for you guys. Let's have a little quick palate cleanser. We'll come back, and then we've got an hour left in the show. So I am thinking I am going to play a track for you, a quick track by Occam's Laser. I play a lot of Occam's Laser on this show. I really like the guy. I like his music. He's a cool human in general. And some good music is exactly what we need here. I got some synthwave for you. I'm going to play you a track called Broken Tone. My name is Crimson Clad. I'm pretty sure that I fixed the random sound problem. We'll see. I don't know. Whatever. But I'm a professional DJ. I can solve it. And by that, I mean, I'll just dissolve into tears on stream, which is, that's what you're all here for. It's that and the dog. Here it is. Broken Tone, Occam's Laser, Crimson Clad, CyberBuzz, MSP Waves. right, there you go. Some Occam's Laser, a track called Broken Tone. So if you ever want to know what I'm playing, because I just picked the music that I like and I put it in your ears. Oh, how many bars of gold pressed latinum? All of the nerds in chat are like, gold pressed latinum. All right, so yeah, and actually I'm pretty sure that that maybe not that episode, but one of them where he was trying to get all of the latinum and it ended up being fake anyways. It was like gold spray paint. It doesn't matter. We're gonna go down the Star Trek nerd rabbit hole, which, you know what, we could do that. That's a very viable form of episode. So my name is Crimson Clad. Let me transition back over here. Not everything is perfect just yet. People are coming and going. More people on the Vim stream. Hi, you can chat with us. More people hanging out on Twitch. Hi, you can chat with us. Who mourns for Morn? That was such a good episode. That slutty evil bitch wanted to get the fucking gold pressed latinum she thought it was in his mud hot tub, but it turned out it was in his stomach. You know what? It's fine. Don't worry. Don't worry about it. I might have spoiled the stomach. Oh no, there you go. See, Snickoo has also ruined it. I'm sorry, we spoiled the surprise. Okay. So, hey, I'm Crimson Clad. This is CyberBuzz Radio. And on Saturdays, at whatever time this is for you, for the Aussies, it's, I don't even know. It's like the next fucking day. For me, it's noon, so it's always a good time to drink. For some of you, it's the middle of the goddamn night. It doesn't matter. Whatever time it is right now for you, I'm here. We talk a little bit about disruptive technology. We play some fun music. We have some good conversations. Sometimes we do interviews. It is Hive-centric a lot of the time, but that's because a lot of you are Hive community members. So if you got questions, if you have comments, if there's stuff that's really bugging you, huck it in chat and we'll fucking talk about it. Yeah, 6:30 a.m. tomorrow. That's dumb. How's the future? I know Matt usually gets up and walks his dogs around this time, so I'm his dog walking. That's his dog walking soundtrack. 2 for Cly. It's noon for me. Listen, we are spanning an entire day. We are a gestalt. We are spanning time and space, and all of us together have created a wonderful thing. Krim doesn't like to refuse. Ron, you can come on anytime, and you have. It's just you come on everyone's show, and you also have your own show, and it just feels like MSP Wave sometimes is nothing but Clown World. It's, you know what? To be fair, the world is Clown World, so maybe that's actually not a bad thing. But let's cycle back around to today's topics. We talked a little bit about Hive pumping and cryptocurrency and that sort of thing. We talked a little bit about proposals going through our system. There's lots going on. But I had sort of kept my mind and my eyes open for some things that are just out there and some disruptive tech stuff, because those are always fun. They're always fun jumping off. Yeah, the sun will never set on my empire. Yeah. Now I just need a skull throne. I don't have a skull throne. I have a plastic fucking lawn chair. But again, I told you, we're taking this thing straight to the moon on my lawn chair. So one of the things that, Neil had mentioned earlier in chat was the OnlyFans thing. But the other thing that I saw today, we can talk a little bit about that, because content creation now, the more you're kind of stuck at home and forced to reckon with time that you have to spend and often can't do outside. We're getting into spring, thank God. But for right now, we're all being forced to face, are we good at creating content, and can we entertain ourselves, and do we desire to entertain others? Or do we desperately require entertainment and content? And so there's a lot of this. Build Crim a throne of dicks immediately. Skulls are fine. The skulls for the skull throne is fine. We don't have to necessarily 100% go beyond that. If you need a dick throne, you can build whatever you want in the privacy of your own home. I don't know where you're going to get all the dicks, but, if there's somebody who could do it, I believe it would be Cly. But yeah, one of the things that has come up, and actually Julia's talking about it now, so you know what? Hell, let's talk about it here on the show, because we know, again, people who are using social media blockchain like Hive, this is kind of hilarious and kind of dumb. Twitter just announced that they are going to be creating a paywalled portion of the site. That even looks like me, Neil. Angry and threatening to cut you. But so the idea is, you know, you can have a walled off portion of Twitter where the people who love you the most can pay you a subscription to access your innermost shit posts. That's fine. You know, we've been talking about this for ages. Monetization of content and the way that you interact with people and engage with people and how that benefits both of you, important. But Twitter is a strange animal. And so finally Twitter has decided, yeah, you know what? We got a ton of OnlyFans girls on here, and we had a ton of people who are using Patreon, and we have a ton of people who are, whatever the case may be, they're using Twitter for, you know, sharing where they're making money, but they're not contributing money to Twitter. And we all know also that, you know, promoted ads and, you know, the way that we are trained to look at social media feeds, we don't see ads anymore. We don't at all. It's like what's his face in the Cypher in the Matrix he doesn't even see the code anymore. Blonde, brunette, redhead, it's fine, whatever. You ignore what you don't want to see. And so in this case, and yes, Neil, we can talk about a little bit about this as well. So we've got topics for going into the next little bit. Twitter is like, fuck that shit. I want this money for me and I want a piece of it. Absolutely. So Twitter has revealed, yeah, we are going to just give you the ability to charge money. And of course, it's going to be through our platform. And yeah, Julia's absolutely right. You know they're going to take a cut. So this will be very interesting. Is this enough for people to say, okay, that's fine, but if you ban me, then my followers are taken away, my tweets are all gone, and my monetization is gone. You know, is this enough to push people back towards social media, you know, built on something like Hive? Maybe. This is going to be an important step again. And, you know, there's Project Blank coming from Leo. There's a DBuzz app. There are short form content, Twitter-like options already on the blockchain. So will people start using them? Probably not. Will they start using them the second that it turns out they get a subscriber to their Twitter feed and then instantly get banned? Maybe. Now, in chat, people are talking about potentially making private communities or private groups. The answer is yeah, absolutely. And so if you watch the Hive developers meetings, you can often find some really interesting information, but they're also incredibly fucking dry. So I don't blame you if you don't want to. But one of the things that I do is kind of a volunteer service around Hive is I attend those developers meetings. I've made them into a nice looking stream and I've connected a live chat to them as well. So if you want to create, if you want to sort of find out what's going on around the development side of things, then I highly recommend you come to those meetings. You can put them on 3 times speed and skim the chat, or you can check the short text synopsis afterwards. But the reason I bring this up is because communities are back in the spotlight. And there is actually some more ongoing talk by front ends about what would make communities better. What are some things we need? Now, we're talking in the chat. Everybody here is going, oof, private communities. Yuck. But the reality is there are still a lot of people who need that kind of granularity of features. So if we just take the rewards pool out of the equation for a second, and we don't talk about, we don't necessarily talk about the rewards aspect of it, but we talk about there are groups who have not moved because they would like to see, some more control and some more options available to them and their communities that they want to move to the blockchain. That's important. So one of the things that I do want to grab, I want to grab for you, and I'm going to share it, and he doesn't know I'm going to share it, but I'm going to copy the link. Give me 1 second here, and I'm going to drop it in the Discord chat, is the ever fabulous Jarvie actually wrote quite a long post about this. And you guys will remember almost a year ago, maybe a little bit longer, I was doing entire shows talking about community. I had just gone to Thailand. I had been hanging out with Roadscape and getting to know him and his incredible passion for communities and all of the works, all of the work that he was doing for creating communities and the hype around launching them. And so then a lot of this show, a year ago was talking about what can communities do? What are the possibilities? Why do we need them? Where do they matter? So there are a lot of people who would like to see potentially private communities. Now, what does that mean in the way that we think of it? I don't necessarily mean that these would be communities that can't be seen by anyone else, because you're right. From a rewards aspect or potentially from a hosting aspect, there's absolutely some sketchy stuff that would have to be considered. But one of the things about private groups, even more so than anything else, would be, you could do an encrypted community, and that would be interesting. There's lots of potential there. Imagine for a second that you would have to have an invite, maybe via some sort of broadcast transaction, and that would allow you to post into a certain community, and automatically the memo keys of the public memo keys of everyone who posts into that community would be used in some form of encryption inside that community. If you try to look at it as someone who's not a member of that community, on the blockchain itself, it's gobbledygook. On the, there's certainly potential there. But what I'm specifically talking about, more so than anything else, would be a private community where right now what we have is people find a community, they think, oh, this is a pretty good place for me to post, I think. And they just YOLO their content right in that bitch. Now, what would happen if you were on a forum or you were on Reddit and you decided that your Tea Cozy content absolutely belonged in the coffee maximalist, group? They would absolutely block your content. They'd just be like, no, get the fuck out of here. Like, we had one rule and you broke it. We don't have that on chain. And so what the problem, and the reason that this is a problem, is we get a lot of people who are not sure what to do. They think they need a community, or they're desperate to join a community. It's a great way to grow. And they just kind of guess, and they throw something into a community who decides, no, we don't want you. And so they mute someone out of the community, or they downvote the snot out of someone. And because they don't have a better tool, Clay's turning this into Bitcoin maximalist, but I'm glad to see him. Hi, Clay. Oh, he's not actually in here. Well, that's fine. But so, because they don't have a better tool, they use the tools at hand. Well, the problem is those tools don't actively always match up with what's needed. So in a lot of cases, somebody made a questionable call, but that content really doesn't fit the community, and the moderator says, we don't want it. That's fine. They mute it out. Well, the problem is in a lot of cases, our front ends aren't as beautiful as they could be, and they don't function quite the way they should. And that post is now muted on a bunch of front ends. And so, okay, the reach of that content, even though it probably shouldn't have been, depressed a little bit, now is. Or they, well, you know what? It's fine. I miss Clay's show all the time too now these days. Everybody's working so much. I mean, it's unfortunate. If I could listen to every single, you weren't in the room before. You are now, but you weren't before. But so here's the deal. We have this problem where, because you don't have a good tool set around communities, you end up making some people sad. That's the reality. And a lot of people don't care about making people sad. But what we want is people who feel like, I like posting here. I like using Hive. I understand Hive. And right now, the way that communities work, they're good. They're better than we had before. They're awesome for grouping content, creating a beautiful feed, but they also can be a little bit, be a good word for it. They can be a little bit maybe disappointing for new people. because you feel like, oh, I didn't get a chance, or, oh, I didn't quite understand, or, oh, I pushed the boundaries and I got called on it. And all of those things are fine. So granular tools are needed. Now, one of the things that has come up is types of private communities, not necessarily fully hidden or fully encrypted communities, but different types of communities that were actually already sort of planned. And so some of the things that have been discussed and some of the features that have been thought about are better ways for sorting communities, because that's really important right now. I know I have content, and I know there's probably a group for it. There's a niche group for everything on the internet. But when I'm on Hive, I can't fucking find where to put it. Better sorting. And then, of course, members only commenting or posting. And this is a big one. So rather than having people posting and like YOLOing into in just fucking yeet. Am I using that term right? I don't think I am. I think you yeet something when you don't want it, but I'm not hip or cool. So I'm always wrong. But just instead of randomly YOLOing content into a community, it would be a little bit better to have, well, I have to apply to that community first. I have to message a moderator. I have to make a comment on another post. I have to join their Telegram or whatever the case may be, whatever that funnel is for onboarding into a great niche community, that would be valuable. Okay, you can't post in here until whatever. Because the reality is we can't gatekeep you from posting on Hive, but we absolutely can give people you could pause me now, go get some cookies, get back and catch up on two times playback speed. Well, I mean, me at 2 times speed that's a lot. So you really are a wizard, Harry. But so in this case, this is, I don't know if we can say Kobe anymore, Viking Adventure, especially because I always used to say Kobe before I would throw something and it would always miss. And now I'm just like, ooh, I don't think we could do that anymore. We're getting off track. Types of communities. So this would be something where you would have to be approved. You would have to be a community member before you could post into that community, or you could make comments or participate inside that community. So you have a couple options. You can make your own community with hookers and blow that's open to everybody. You could post directly on your wall or directly to the blockchain or directly through another front end that you want to. What happened to Kobe? Oh God, Viking Adventure. He did. He did. His helicopter straight up fell out of the sky. And a lot of really nice people died. I'm sorry to break the news to you. Awkward. Okay, so Clyde gestures towards helicopter crash. It's I can't do the Rodney Dangerfield lest I expose myself, but so in any case, having this sort of members only community, is a really valuable option for somebody who is trying to create a space. And there are a lot of people who may want to get into that space and cause mischief, or you're just trying to create a clean feed that you can take elsewhere and build a great viewership of. There's a lot of reasons why you might want this. That's actively being talked about. This is completely valid. So Neil's saying, hey, permissioned access would work for my purposes. There are a lot of influencers, gurus, etc., that sell access to them through a private Facebook group as part of their marketing. Capturing those people is what I'm interested in. Abso-fucking-lutely. And so there's a lot that's possible there, and there's a lot that for somebody who is looking to create strong communities, create really valuable feeds that have nothing to do with Hive, right? We talk about why is it that nobody reads content on Hive? Well, son of a bitch, it's because you can't find any of it. And when you do, you might find a community, but everybody's posting in that community. And so even though you're really only looking for knitted tea cozies, you're starting to get people who have knitted dog booties. And you're like, those are cute, but that's really not what I need. And you go a little further, and then there's somebody who's making their own artisanal yarn, and you're getting further and further away from the plot. So, you can't take that feed somewhere and go, hey, here's all the best content I've found on knitted tea cozies if it's full of other stuff. But as we talk about on this show a lot, you never want to block somebody's access to posting. They have their keys, it's their account, they can do what they want. So where do you find a tool set that works for both of these things? Tons of people over on Vim. Say hi. Come say hi at any time. We would love to have you. And of course, I don't have all of the proper Vim viewers up yet. I'm missing the people watching on the website. I'm missing the people who are watching on my Vim stream, and I'm also missing people who are watching on Trovo. So there's a bunch of people that don't show up. If you want your avatar featured and you want to be down below, you got to be in the Discord. Then you'll be one of my little floaty heads riding the waves down below. But so the long story short is, this is actively starting to be discussed. How can front-end developers and providers and dApp providers, how can devs create tools like this that are more useful? We keep saying nobody comes to Hive, nobody knows where to post. Well, we didn't give them good tools, and we're starting to ask, okay, what do these tools look like and what will they take? So whoever brought that up, maybe it was Neil in the first place, I did drop that link to Jarvie's post. I recommend any of you guys, if you're interested in communities, check that out. But also, there's a lot going on. So I will share with you some of the types of communities that are being sort of considered right now. And I'm going to drop them in the chat, and they'll show up on the overlay for the rest of you. A topic community, so anybody can post or comment. That's basically like the communities that we have now. Anyone, you get into this topic and you post. A journal would be guests can comment but not post into the community. Only members can post. So what would that be like? Okay, maybe the MSP Waves team wants to create a live stream DJ journal. And so what that means is anybody who's a DJ could be given a role on chain, could post into the MSP Waves community, and could, throw all their posts in there all the time. You don't have to worry about moderating it. And anyone who listens could come and comment on any of those posts. No moderation needed. Just there you go. Hey, Mark, good to see you. And then the last one would be council. And that is more what we're talking about with permissioned access. So if you're not a member, you can't post into the community and you can't comment. That's it. So yeah, our journals could even be like a wiki. Absolutely. So here are some really interesting and valuable sort of stuff that is being talked about communities. So, being today, Marky's only here for aggroed, of course. So listen, I appreciate that you guys love me and want to hang out with me, but apparently there's always drama and people love drama. So if you stick around, there are more DJs today and more topics today, and you can have lots of fun listening to them. My dog is here. He's asleep. That's how much he loves the show, but he's going to be here from now on. I'm a lazy ass. I'm sitting here on my chair. I'm just waiting to go ass over tea kettle while I'm leaning on my chair. My name is Crimson Clad, and this little live stream, I like to call it CyberBuzz. We talk about disruptive technology. I play you synthwave. We have a lot of fun. The audience is normally full of fucking beans. Full of beans. And today I have no real topic. We've been floating around. So for the first half of the show, we talked a little bit about Hive, the cryptocurrency, the network that many of you know, the blockchain, the number one heavyweight champion of the world. We wish. We were talking a little bit about that pumping. We were talking about some of the market forces that are around that. We moved into talking a little bit about some of the proposals, and specifically the new stabilizer proposal, what it does, why it may or may not have an impact on our market. And then we moved into talking about an up-and-coming podcasting app that's going to be on Hive. And I dropped a link to their Discord, talked a little bit about them. They're called Oriel. And Oriel, I don't know. I'm going to have to ask them. I say things stupidly. Everybody likes to point out that I have an accent and I say things dumb and et cetera, yada, yada, yada. Read the mug. And then this last little bit, since we've been here, the last half hour, we've been talking a little bit, honestly, about communities and community features. And the reason it came up is we were talking about how the Twitter twat is going to start making you pay for your twattery. So, in the meantime, I did promise you guys more music this week. So, I am going to play a really quick track. I'm going to play something by Ugress, and it's called Planetfall. My name is Crimson Clad. I've got you guys for another 35 minutes or so, give or take. We're working out the kinks slowly. The overlay isn't perfect, but it's getting there. It's looking real good. All your beautiful faces and this whole mug. And, we're here for a little bit longer. I hope you're having fun. You can watch and participate from wherever you want. Cly leveled up in my chat. That means a drink. That means a drink on top of my already drinks. Let me grab the... No, it's bourbon. All right. So, let's, when can you buy twats with your Hive? I don't know. I mean, if you wanted to make a marketplace for them, if you wanted to do that, you could. Watch this. I'm going to struggle to get into my bourbon. There's not much left, but I'm going to take a shot and then I'm going to put the music on. So just give me a second here. It's bourbon. You're a dog. You don't drink alcohol. No good. All right. So cheers to Cly and his level up. Okay. I did. I woke Murphy up. I'm sorry. I had to get my bourbon. Whew. All right. Shot achieved. Let me come back. Let's do this song. And we'll come back for the last little bit of the show, which will be open to talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. There's spaceship launches potentially on Monday and Tuesday. I want to talk a little bit about ridiculous robots and, we'll hang out and play a couple more tracks. You're probably listening on MSP Waves or one of my umbrellas. My name is Crimson Clad. Wherever you're hanging out, I would say do it today. Give a like or a follow or a subscribe because then the little thing comes up on the overlay, but I don't have it for CyberBuzz. So if you don't like or subscribe already, don't. Do it next week and then it'll be like, and there'll be like shit that flies on the screen or whatever. It'll be cooler next week. So just don't do it this week, but next week. And I'll probably be doing some more game streaming as well to hang out with some of you later on. I told you the track was called Planetfall and it is. Here it is. There you go. That is a great album, by the way. Ugress. The track is called Planet Fall. Okay, so space things aside, let me flip my ass back to the chat cam screen. Hi to everybody who's joining us. Lots of people hanging out on the Vim today. Lots of people watching the video. I suspect it is because the dog is on. And so many of you are hanging out down below in the Discord, getting your little avatar to show up, that you broke my you broke my flex box, and so some of you are cut off, so I will have to fix that. I thought I could do it while that song was on, but it turns out I can't. So by next week it will be beautiful. So we started the top at the beginning of the show, the top of the hour, but it was an hour ago. The top of the hour of the last hour that houred. I heard you like hours. But so the reality is we talked a little bit about why you often, God damn it, Inertia, this is what swoop does. You're swooping right now. Do you want to be swoop? Do you want to swoop? Yeah. Oh, yeah. I break things all the time, Cly. I make beautiful, beautiful, beautiful websites. Fuck you, Ron. I make beautiful websites, but they often need revisions as I go. Well, who tests in production? All of us do. All right. So we did talk a little bit about why is Hive a goddamn pogo stick? And we talked a little bit about how we have to remember that at the start of Hive's run specifically, not only did we have a huge airdrop that went out, that we had funds that were airdropped to exchanges, and some of those exchanges, have been liquidating. We also had a bunch of people who bought in at around 96 cents during exchange hype, who of course now are completely sick of waiting for a year, and anytime they see a local top, just dump into it as hard as they can. And of course, there's a lot of sell pressure at all times. So we talked about that for the beginning of the show. It was excellent. That was great. And it will probably continue. The pogo stick market will continue. So will the beatings until morale improves. But beatings aside, I thought we could come back around and for the last little bit of the show, given that we have about a half an hour, we can open her up to questions, comments, topics from you guys that might be happening around the Hive blockchain or around the tech or crypto sphere in general. And then I saw something the other day that I'm trying to decide if I love or not. Now, we always talk about, we talk about design a lot on this show. We talk about the design of dApps. We talk about the design of things on, it was wrecked with love. Can you be wrecked with love? I loved you so hard that I wrecked you. But so here's the deal. We often talk about design on this show. We should have a big Discord birthday party on the birthday of Hive. That'd be super fun. Our Fork Dependence Day. Fork Dependence sounds bad. Independence? I don't know. We'll have to think about that. But regardless, we talk about design a lot on this show. We talk about the importance of dApp design. We talk about user design. We talk about the design of the future. That was one of our really fun talkative shows where we talked about sort of what does the future look like and why does it often follow sort of a very culturally adopted look? Why is everything white and sterile and clean? And, why do our visions of the future look a certain way? What shaped us? And same with like cyberpunk. We talk a lot about the cyberpunk aesthetic. It's very 80s and retro, but it's also sinister and dark. And it somehow, the whole cyberpunk aesthetic manages to encapsulate how much we love and miss the neon and the technology of the 80s, but also how kind of frightening a lot of those leaps forward are for us as a society. I mean, there's so much cool shit here. But the reason that I bring this up specifically is now we have something else informing our design, and neon liberalism. I like it. Neo-Tokyo, neo-noir. I love all of it. I love wet concrete and pavement, that reflects the flickering neon with like a mist cloud of like toxic gases coming out of a flying car. It's a great look. I don't want to live it, but I fucking adore it. But the reason that I bring this up specifically is we have a new thing that is starting to inform our aesthetic, and that is this goddamn pandemic. Now, I'm not suggesting we're going to talk about COVID a lot, but one thing that we've seen is that there's a lot of innovation in the tech sphere right now, specifically driven by the fact that we can't hang out together the way that we normally do. That's a real fucking problem. I love this. Neo-Crim. Oh, but if I like neo-Nazis, I'm an asshole. Yeah, you would be, indeed. Like, yeah. God. But that is the fact that we're starting to do things with tech because we can't do them the way that we always have in real life. And so I saw this and I thought, I hate this and I love this. Let me share this little tweet with you. So in Shanghai, Shanghai is very tech forward. It's very future. It's very gleaming. They love lights and LEDs and holograms. Shanghai's beautiful. I didn't love my time there, but I did love parts of, the aesthetic wandering around. Here in Shanghai, all of the waiters in this restaurant have been replaced with these tiny little bubble robots. And so you put the plate directly from the kitchen, you put it into this little bubble robot, you snap his little helmet down. The helmet actually looks like a space helmet. You put the food in it, and then this little robot weeble wobbles its ass out to your table. And there's something about this that is horrible because I actually really enjoy having a great server. I enjoy the process of getting to know people and, the hospitality industry in general. But there is something freaking, I probably do. Revised sociology is a very important question for me. And he says it's bugging him. When you just swig bourbon, surely you end up with a huge ratio of spit in the final slug. Yeah, probably. But that's why it's so foamy, right? Maybe, can we make it really foamy? Nah, it doesn't really foam that much. I guess it's because it's alcohol. That kind of makes sense. But yeah, maybe. I mean, you tip it back and then you clamp your lips shut when you're done and then you put it back down. I try not to slobber in my own drink, but it happens. I mean, I don't know. Drinking is hard. It's only one of the very basic tasks that you learn as early on in life as possible so you don't die. Marky said, I've seen robots like this a while ago. Yeah, of course they've existed, but I love the idea of all of the sort of coding and machine learning and how these little things are learning the layout of the restaurant. I mean, technically we've had Roombas forever too. So don't shit on my parade, Mark. I just think this is really cute. And it's interesting because we're starting to see more and more and more stuff like this. But there's something about, I swear to God, this is some Wall-E bullshit. This little tootling... Hey, Nine Claws! I haven't seen you in ages. It's good to see you. This little tootling helmet full of food comes doinking along to your table. It's very fucking cute. It's adorable. I would love to have one of these little robots come along. And I would love to see somebody code this up and put it in Marky's STEM community, because that would be perfect for it. Fun, amateur at-home robotics and things like that. That's what Mark does himself. He's got some cool posts about it. Wait till the robots start to spit in your food. Well, can I just argue that would 1,000% be your fault if you coded in the ability to spit into your robot? What are you asking for? If you are going to give it the ability to spit, it's going to spit. Just don't let it spit. But this is why we like robots. And this is part of the whole pandemic plan, right? We can't control people, or we're trying and we suck at it. So where we can't control them, we are going to actually, create an alternative that we can control. So there's some clown world. There's some scary future tech there. 1,000%. But there is some stuff about this that is actually pretty cute. Let's take this for today, for my show. Let's take this at face value and be like, oh my God, I want an adorable little robot to bring me my nachos. Do it, robot, do it. But this is very much a Japanese thing too as well. There are a Japanese thing and Shanghai as well. There's a lot of places that are very tech forward and they love this kind of robots and animation for sure. They took our germs. Yeah, Inertia brought this up the other day. We're all going to go back to the pile in a second, but just start humping away. Hi, Stinky. Hello. Hi, Stinky. But so anyways, we are coming to the end of the show. You can always tell because everybody gets a little sassy and bizarre towards the end of the show. We always kind of start flipping over to different topics. But with that being said, I just thought I'd bring it up because we're starting to see a lot of this now, and we're going to see more. What can a robot do that right now COVID makes it so that people can't do? And this is gonna be a thing that sticks with us for a while. And so, have you seen anything? Obviously, Marky's sharing some really cool examples of robo chefs and things. The Robo Chef for your home. I feel like I watched that in a Netflix series recently. It was scary dystopian future Netflix series. But in any case, if you're in the Discord, he's sharing a bunch of fun, cute, adorable robots. Yeah, I think it is. I think it's in a Love, Death, and Robots. Eileen, maybe? Yeah. But regardless, is there stuff that you're seeing around you right now? Like, you know, the world is, it's bizarre and you're engaging with it however you have to in this day and age. Have you found anything, some smart tech or like some future scary kind of cyberpunk tech that you've run into that is a direct result of the whole pandemic? I'm curious to know. I am curious. But while we're talking about that and while we're coming towards the end of the show, we do still have about 15 minutes. We're not done yet. I've got you by the ears and I'm not letting you go. I will play one more track and then we will wind down. We'll recap everything we talked about today. You guys, if you do have questions, comments, topics that you want me to focus on for future episodes, if you have more stuff that you want me to do some research into about Hive or you have anything that you need, let me know. And then we will come back in the coming weeks. Like I said, we will have an interview kind of chat. You guys have seen them. The interviews are hardly interviews. They're kind of like two people sitting shooting the shit. And in general, they may or may not be valuable. I don't know. Let me know. You might. Yes, Upgrade. That's the one I'm thinking of. But yeah, so you may or may not enjoy the interviews. And you know what? Fuck you. I'm trying. But I suspect the one with the podcasting group and the Oriole app will be really interesting. I'm going to play this last track for you. We will come back and we will chitty chat. And of course, if you are watching through one of the MSP Waves platforms, not through one of the Crimson Clad platforms, and if you're listening and only listening, there was a pause there. But if you're watching on the video, it was a dramatic stare into the camera. If you are watching on the MSP Waves or listening through MSP Waves, you can go to mspwaves.com/schedule. Everybody that does a show like mine on a number of topics, many of whom are here in the chat, whether it is coffee and philosophy later tonight, whether it's you want to talk about Splinterlands or you want to learn about crypto and money or you like fart jokes or whatever you may like, you can go to the schedule there. You can see it in your home time zone and you can check out all the different shows we have on because there's something every single day. That's pretty cool. It's not always me, which I know for many of you is probably a great relief. This track's called The Cross by Makeup and Vanity Set. It's got a good thump. Alrighty, friends. There you go. That is a group. Oh yeah, I forgot.
I'm not imagining it. It's not some sort of dream. I'm not crazy or delusional. It's real.
Yeah, so there you go. It may or may not be a dream. No one's is hanging out. Hey, man, hanging out on Vim. Hello, hello, hello. Thanks for popping in. So all of the chats are integrated in this chat. If you want to watch on Vim TV, that is the Hive blockchain powered streaming solution. You could do that. And I'll know about it. I'll see ya. But that's a group called Makeup and Vanity Set. They do really cool use my voice talents. Whose voice talents? Are you talking about my voice talents? I mean, now that this is here, everybody wants me to do like ASMR. But I still don't know what that is. But when I talk like this, people get so excited. So I assume, oh, it's Clay's voice. Fuck that shit. All right, so if you want to hear Clay's voice, you can do that Saturday nights, Coffee and Philosophy, later on this evening. Or for some of you, if you're an Aussie in the middle of the fucking day. So with all that being said, we are here towards, Crim SMR. I still don't fucking know what that is, but it's fine. It doesn't matter. Let us kind of round out the end of today's show with a bit of a recap. We started off talking about Hive and the Hive blockchain because of course we did, but we talked a little bit about Hive is pumping, and it is. Hive is like over 9,000. That would be amazing. But Hive has been really active. Everything is good. Everything is going, and it's awesome. We talked a little bit about why that might be. We talked about why it might not be. Yeah, like there's some ASMR that's just like people doing things like chewing directly or like, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'll look into it at some point. But with all that being said, we talked a little bit about why sometimes those pumps go straight down again, why there's a lot of sell pressure on Hive. We talked a little bit about the stabilizer proposal that Smooth put out, how it kind of plays into some of this dynamic. And then we started talking a little bit about communities. We started talking about potential community features. We started talking about some of the things that would be necessary. Again, we talked about the Oriole. I don't think it's 100% sexual either, but that's all I got. I mean, I have two modes and it's like bizarrely hypersexual or complete goofball. And nobody can really decide which one I am. It's just unfortunate. I'm one of those I'm one of those girls. You probably won't like me at first, but if I make you pee your pants laughing, then you'll really be into me. But with all that being said, we then talked about the Oriole app, and we will be focusing on that a little bit coming up in the future. I will have them on. We will talk a little bit more about what they're doing and all the cool shit that comes along with that. And today was basically just an unplanned day with a lot of good talk and a lot of fun with you guys, as it should be. So I'm just keeping my eye on the time. Because of course I am constrained here. And coming up after me will be Aggroed. I believe he is on today. He will be on in, I don't know, what, 8 minutes, give or take? 7 minutes, give or take? But with all that being said, what are you watching up on there? Oh, I see. You guys are talking to each other. So if you notice that I am focusing upwards, it is because I'm sitting today and my monitor is wall mounted. I will make an effort to be proper and standing and erect next week. And I will always bring the dog back because I know that's basically why everyone stayed this week, is because the dog was here for you to see. So if you've been jumping in and you're coming towards the end of the show, hi Frankie, like Frankie. If you're coming in right before the show is over, that's A-OK. You can always watch this again. I believe replays are available on a number of the streaming platforms and also on YouTube. So if you want to do that, no problem. Hey, Mariano. So all good in the hood. And now we are into the last the last couple minutes where I'm just straight up killing time with the people in chat. So Orioles, yes, Orioles are parts of nipples. Spelling does matter. I agree. This is why Crimmy isn't steady today. Yeah, I'm actually wearing tights. So that would be it. And I am actually pretty sure that the camera would be like almost crotch height, which would be a whole thing. Ah, look there. It's news. It's news for everyone. But do you guys have anything that you're looking forward to in the next week? If you have anything you want to talk about, I don't know if you noticed, and I don't know, not all of you care, but some of you are, interested in spaceships, and I love a good spaceship. I mean, however I may feel about Elon Musk is neither here nor there. Musk Daddy doesn't do it for me, but I love me a spaceship, and I love watching them go up, and I love watching them come down. I prefer when they land, but I sure do also like a big fuck-off explosion, too. So if you didn't know, there were some pictures of the SN15 engine with a Doge logo on them, calling them Under Doge. But also, there are potential launches scheduled for Monday and Tuesday again. So that's cool. You may be able to get your giant exploding phallic object fix, since we're also focused on being erect here in chat. Yeah, there are more phallic things, and they will explode potentially right in your face on live stream. It's great. Yeah. But I do. I mean, I like space. I like space exploration. I like sci-fi. Space is fake. We're all living in a simulation. There is no space. It is a dome, and there are lights on the underside of it. Whatever you may believe, I like when we strap a bunch of explosives to things and then see what happens. Okay? Yeah. Yeah, and we have talked about this, and I'm gonna run out of time, I know it, but we did actually watch one of the launches live together on a CyberBuzz. I think we were watching the launch of the Dragon crew, the manned Dragon crew, up to the space station. But I very much enjoy it. I mean, I love the idea. That's right. For here are we sitting in a crim can. Yep. Far above the world. We often talk about this, but I mean, I think it's really cool. There is a lot of government funding and a lot of outside funding going into the the Starship program. But at the same time, it is very cool to have someone who is completely invested in fucking blowing this shit up. It's fabulous. He is completely open and accepting of the fact that we can get really good data if we just go for it. Let's just fucking launch this fucker and drop it and see see how it goes. And that's a great way. It's a great way to get information. We're not going to be super sad about it. And you know what? A lot of it's my money, so fuck you. I'm going to blow it up if I want to. And I think that's a really valuable thing, because once this does kind of get going, and once we do have a proper landing, a proper belly flop, a proper kick flip, and a proper landing, it really opens up a lot of stuff. What does scare the piss out of me is, yes, a lot of it is government contracting, and some of the reason that it is because the payload of these Starship vessels is you could fit a lot. You could fit other spaceships' entire gigantic carrier plane. The payload is huge. And you start getting the potential for a vertical liftoff of just a fuckload of people and equipment. And you can get it pretty much all the way around the world in like an hour and then land it again. And everybody gets off and I guess potentially, overthrows somebody else's local government or whatever. There's definitely going to probably be some fuckery afoot once this gets going. But I like to focus on the positive sometimes too. So yeah, there will be some really fucking cool shit. And I, for one, am looking forward to when I can, just pop over to, I don't know, head back to Fiji for a drink. Take me like 2 hours instead of 28. Or whatever it took me the last time I went to Fiji. I'm looking forward to some of this. It's going to be a long time before it trickles down to us, but hey, ain't that always the way? Somebody invents something fabulous, spends a ton of money on it, uses it to kill a jillion other humans, and then eventually decides, okay, well, the plebs can have it now. Shit. This is why we love blockchain. And this is why we love crypto. All right, so keeping an eye on the time, we're coming up to the end of the show. My name is Crimson Clad. If you came to hang out with me today, fucking thank you. You're cool. I'm streaming to a bunch of new places today, so I know I have had people watching on Trovo Live is the newest. Vim TV is the fabulous baby that we give a big shout out. Yeah, please no killy. Vim TV is the fabulous shout out. I'm on the Twitch. I'm on the YouTube. We're on the Theta, mspwaves.com, wherever you want to watch and listen. I hope you will come back in the future and hang out with me some more because I like your face and I want to entertain you. And we'll go from there. Well, the jury is still out on the Discord thing. Basically, people ask for it in DMs and then come out to the show and are like, fuck no, Discord's stupid. So I'll let you know. Some other kind of things while I've got the last 40 seconds of the show. I am testing out what I hope is my last merch company. I have samples on order from a local company here in Canada. And thanks for coming. Local company here in Canada, much higher quality merch. Obviously lower profit margins for me, but I'm not doing it for that, so I don't fucking care. I want you to have, if you want something that I've made, that it's really high quality and gets to you and is supporting North American labor. But I'll let you know. I'll let you know how it goes. Lots of things in the works, lots of things coming down the pipes. Pipes are also phallic. There you go. CyberBuzz is over. There are more shows next. Stick around. Check out the whole schedule. I will see you later. Bye. It's gonna make a noise, guys. This new software, when I end the stream, makes a terrible